Welcome to day 4 of our Sun Salutation Journey. Looking up the Sun Salutations today, I was learning a little bit about their origins and what is Surya Namaskara. Surya is sun, Namaskara is beloved. So So in the Hindu tradition, they believe that the sun is, there you go. It's believed, I believe, from what I looked up today, that the sun is like the creator, the source of light that opposes the darkness, and the creator of life. So we look to the light. So in spirituality, there's the kind of juxtaposition between light and dark that you see a lot of the time, where there's lightness, like there's a balance, right? So we strive to find the light, and so we're honoring the beloved sun with sun salutations. At least that's where the tradition comes from, which I think it's important to look back and understand what it is that we're doing. So we're saluting the sun. I think from like a natural kind of standpoint, the sun brings life to the world, and it's the same, right? It brings life to the world, and it's the beginning of the day, it's the end of the night, so we're going to salute it with some movement. And we'll begin today just with a quick warm-up. So we'll inhale, arms up, reach up to the ceiling, reaching your ribs up off your hips, tuck that belly button in, and exhale. We're going to forward fold. And as you fold, take your fingertips to the ground, bend your knees as you need. And I say take your heels behind your toes quite often without actually explaining what that means. So making sure that our toes are not pointed in or out, and so our feet are hips distance apart, and the actual side of our feet is parallel to the edge of the mat. So if you imagine your feet have 4 corners, right, and your heel kind of sits in the middle of those 2 back corners, you want to have your toes directly in front of your heels, so you just don't want them turned in or turned out. Okay, nice big breath in, straighten that back. And exhale, we're going to fold a little deeper. Let the head hang towards the floor, opening up through the back of the legs here. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And exhale, sigh. Now take your fingertips to the floor and walk your feet out past your hips, so quite wide, and start to take your hips down. Now you may or may not need to take a wider foot in order to get your hips down here, but try to keep your heels flat on the ground. And we're going to let our hips sink down again. If you need to have your fingertips on the floor, that's fine. If you can, come on up, come on up. But we're just allowing, so think of the word allowing. Press your feet into the ground and allow your hips to sink low towards the ground. And then if you can get your hips down, you can press your elbows into your knees, bring your hands through to prayer, and send your chest forward. You'll definitely feel heat building here in your hips. Okay, take your fingertips to the ground, press your hips up, back into the air, walk your feet together. Inhale, 3/4 lift, and exhale, forward fold again. Press your feet into the ground by bending your knees, pressing, coming on up. Take your arms up into the air. Reach, look up, and exhale, hands down by your side. Take your arms out to the side. Take your thumbs up towards the ceiling. Squeeze your shoulder blades together just slightly, and let's make what do you want to say? I'll say that they're about the size of a basketball, maybe a basketball hoop size circle. Make sure you're actually squeezing behind you as you go here, and you're not just doing them in front. So drop your shoulders, squeeze them together slightly, opening up that chest. Maybe you lift the ribs slightly and hold the belly in, engaging through the ribs. And the other way. Softening through the neck. Notice if you are holding in your mouth, the space between your eyebrows, Softening through your face. Exhale, hands down by the side. And we're going to jump right into it. So here we go. Come on up to the top of the mat. So another good thing about the sun salutations is it lubricates the joints. It opens and creates more flexibility through hamstrings, hips, and shoulders. Strengthens your core. It does. All right. That's all I'll say about that this morning. All right, so let's have a slightly bent knee here. Coming into Tadasana, which is mountain pose. So again, notice the 4 points on the feet. Make sure the heels are behind the toes. Nice, and it's important to, our alignment here is going to kind of, the starting point is going to set us up for the whole series of motions, of moves here. And this is where we're going to land. So imagine your feet are kind of sinking into the ground here. Feel the weight through your feet. Slight bend through the knees. You're going to press your thighs out to either side of you. Tuck that tailbone under or press the pelvis forward. Same thing. So you're just tucking under. You just don't want your hips to be out and back. So under, ribs are in. Draw the shoulders slightly together. Turn your palms forward and press your fingertips towards the ground. Take the chin in slightly, draw the head up towards the ceiling. Take a nice deep breath in here. And exhale. Consider what it means to be a mountain. What kind of words come to your mind when you think of what a mountain is? What does a mountain embody? You might think of steadiness, grounded, strong, heavy, firm, perspective. Softening or closing down eyes. Let's begin by inhaling, taking our arms up. Look up past your thumbs. Ribs are in as you reach. Take your belly button, pull it in and up. Exhale and bow forward. Fingertips to the ground. Again, our heels are going to be underneath our knees and our hips, so we're all lined up here, even with a bent knee. Hips are over ankles. And then you're going to inhale, take your fingers to your shin, straighten your legs, flatten your back. Really pull that belly in. Use your back muscles to hold you here, and then exhale, forward fold. Look in towards your thighs. Oops, that should have been a step back. That's fine. Step back, right foot back, lower the heel, and come up, warrior one. Remember to press through that back foot as you turn your hips to the front of the mat. Remember to bend that front knee. Options here, again, to lift that back heel, or if you shorten your stance, it'll make it a little easier. Reaching fingertips up, exhale, hands down, step the left foot back. We're in a high plank here. And again, we're taking this slow, so we're going to be moving eventually. Every move will be one breath. But for now, we're building muscle, we're building memory of the sequence. So we're squeezing our fingertips into the ground, squeezing our forearms together. And again, the options here are to lower down completely with elbows into body, or knees, chest, chin. Keep the hips up, look forward, drop the chest. So if we're getting tired and we don't want to lower down, our arms are getting tired, this is a great option. This is also a really good heart opener. Keep squeezing the elbows into the body. And now to come from this to cobra, you're just going to press through your hands, untuck your toes, lower your hips, and come up. And then press through your hands, tuck your toes, and press back, downward facing dog. Again, squeeze your fingers into the ground. Notice if you've sunk the weight into the heel of your hand mostly, and into the pinky side of the hand. Keep it through thumb and forefinger, and really do keep gripping the ground here. Squeeze the forearms together, soften through the shoulders, nod your head yes. Now look between your hands and send your right foot forward. Drop the left heel and come up, warrior one on the left side. So again, you want to press through that back foot and draw the right hip back. So depending on how much energy you put into each of these asanas, postures, you're going to get more strengthening and opening out of it. So really trying to align here. Really draw that right hip back, press down through that pinky edge of the left foot and reach the arms up. Take the belly in, so no leaning forward here, straight up from hips to fingertips. I didn't even mean to rhyme. Take your fingers down to the ground, step the right foot back, coming through a plank again. Remember to squeeze your fingers into the ground, nice long line from your heels to your head. Squeeze forearms together, and then we're going to bend the elbows and lower down chaturanga. Press through the hands, untuck the toes, and come up cobra. Again, we don't want to have our shoulders in our ears. We draw our shoulders down, squeeze the elbows in, lifting, so we're pulling forward with our chest. Draw your hands back, allow your chest to come forward. Yes, so we're not dumping into the lower back. Squeeze your belly in. Tuck your toes, press back, downward facing dog. Allow the chest to melt towards the ground. Pressing into hands will send it closer to your thighs here. If you're having a hard time straightening the legs and it's pushing the weight forward into your hands, you can bend your knees to get your hips up. So you want to have a straight back. You want to have equal weight between hands and feet here. Squeeze the forearms together, squeeze the fingertips into the ground, look forward between your hands. I like to do this little knee tap, especially if I'm going slowly, just to work extra on my core, and then walk your feet forward. 3/4 lift, look forward, and exhale, forward fold. Okay, we're going to move through this next round, 3 breaths each posture. Bend your knees, inhale, come all the way up, arms up. Exhale, hands down by your side. Try not to fidget, staying still here. This is where we find the stillness. This is where we catch our breath. This is where we take a moment to reflect in our sequence. Okay, so we're going to move through this next round. We're going to breathe 3 times with each hold. And I'll just call out the moves as we go. So inhale, arms up. Inhaling for 2. Inhaling for 3. On the exhale, fold. Inhaling for 1. Inhaling for 2. Inhaling for 3. And exhale, take your fingertips to your shins, look forward, flatten that back. See if you can take some of the weight out of the fingertips. Inhaling for 2. Inhaling for 3. Exhale, fingertips down to the ground, step the right foot back. Inhale up, and exhale. Inhale for 2. Inhale for 3. Exhale, hands down, step back into a high plank. 3 breaths here. Inhaling for 2. Inhaling for 3. Bend your elbows and lower all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes, press up to cobra. And inhaling for 2. Keep the belly in. Exhale, tuck your toes, press back, downward facing dog. Inhaling for 1. Inhaling for 2. Let the head hang. Inhaling for 3. Inhale, step the right foot forward, drop the left heel, and come up, warrior 1. Inhaling for 2. Press through those feet. Keep that knee forward. Inhaling for 3. Exhale, hands down, step back, high plank. Inhaling for 2. Inhaling for 3. And exhale, your choice of lowering down. And come on up, cobra. Inhale for 1. Inhale for 2. Inhale for 3. Tuck your toes. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhaling for 1. Inhaling for 2. Inhale for 3. Look between your hands. Walk your feet forward all the way up to the top. 3/4 lift. We're going to hold this for 3. Exhale. Inhaling for 2. Inhale for 3. And exhale, forward fold. Let the head hang. So notice your tongue, your cheeks, your ears, your eyes, your shoulders, and your breath are all cues. If you're going too far, if you're holding your breath, so we want to focus on breathing, and keeping where we can soft, so the spaces through our face and neck usually. So where can we find sweetness? Bend your knees, come on up, arms up to the sky. And exhale, hands down by your side. 3 breaths here. So sweetness and strength, sukha and sthira, there's always the 2. Just like there's light and dark, there's sweetness and strength. So even in a plank pose, for instance, where is the sweetness there? Can you find a smooth breath? Can you soften through your eyebrows? Okay, so we're going to do another round of these. Inhale, arms up. We're going to go a little more quickly on this one. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, 3/4 lift, look forward. Exhale, hands down. Step the right foot back, lower the heel. Come on up, warrior 1. We'll do 3 breaths here. Inhaling for 2. Inhaling for 3. Notice your checkpoints. Eyes, tongue, ears, cheeks. Hands down, step back into a plank. Breathe. Check in with your body. Inhaling for 2. Inhaling for 3. Lowering down. Come on up, cobra. Inhale for 1. Inhaling for 2. Inhaling for 3. Tuck your toes, press your hands, lift your knees, send your hips back for down dog. Try and press out through the back of the thighs, hips are up, chest melts forward. Inhaling for 2. Soften through jaw, eyebrows, cheeks, tongue. And look between your hands, step your right foot forward, lower the left heel. Come on up. Smooth through the neck, the face. Inhaling for 2. Where is the strength in this? Where is the sweetness? Exhale, hands down, step back into a plank. Nice long plank, squeeze your fingers. Exhale. Inhale for 2. Inhale for 3. Lower down. Come up, cobra. Keep the weight through thumb and forefinger. Try not to let it tip out. Squeeze your arms together. Press through, tuck your toes, press through your hands. Come back, downward facing dog. Allow the neck to be long. Nod your head yes. Look between your hands. Maybe you tap your knees to the ground and walk your feet forward to the top of the mat. 3/4 lift. And exhale, forward fold. Look inward. Press through your feet, bend your knees, come all the way up to standing, arms up into the air. And exhale, we'll bring our hands through to prayer to finish. Pray, take your thumbs, press them against your breastbone. Pressing palms and fingers together. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale. Beautiful. There we go, day 4. So we're picking it up a little more here. A couple of minutes over today, that's okay. Make sure you drink lots of water today. We'll come back tomorrow for the last day of our first week. Congratulations, thank you for making it every day so far. Give yourself a pat on the back, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.